we got to get to some hard topics here. So we lose
Wooden
two games.
spoon, wooden spoon, wooden spoon.
Welcome to amorephillyunion, where we've finally run out of witty intros. We are your hosts. I'm C.
I'm E.
And I'm Paul.
And
Wooden spoon, baby, wooden spoon.
I was just looking up before this the team that always plays the Harlem Globetrotters.
The Generals,
The
Washington
Generals,
Generals.
yes. Which I only know because I Googled it. But I was Washington something, but I think we are on that territory now. We're just there.
Whoever it is that loses to the Savannah Bananas.
That was the other one. I was thinking.
But I think they actually change up who they play.
They do. They don't think they have a standing opponent. Yeah. So that's where we are, guys. And
where this year's theme music is yakety sax, and
we are the team that other teams play to get their firsts and records and superlatives.
So you're saying we help the other teams get their groove back?
Pretty much.
We make other teams look really good. I don't know, man.
Which is so frustrating because it's like the Union are not playing terribly.
No.
Just not getting results.
We are the 2026-2025 LA Galaxy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been saying that since pretty early in the season, and I was like, no, but
it's hard to deny it.
Oh, now it is, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, LA went a longer time without winning a game, but I didn't do my homework, but I would be curious to see what their record was at this part of the season compared to ours right now. But man,
I would suspect better than this, not by leaps and bounds, but if somebody wants to do that math,
bad.
Yeah, let's start with talking about the games. We can talk over what we remember about them and think about what could have been.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot to say about the first one.
Saturday
the Union were ahead for a little while in the Revolution game.
Was this the second game of the season that we actually took the lead? I think it
might have been.
Yeah.
I don't think we've dropped many from a winning position, so that kind of makes sense.
I feel like there was a stat floating around out there, like one of the fairly recent games, and it's like it was the first time we actually even led in the game, and so yeah,
and we led for 24 minutes.
We're like the guy at the beginning of the New York Marathon who just sprints out in the front, like I'm winning, and then 100 meters later. So quick comments on the lineup for the Union New England game. Alado's starting up front. Cavan is now becoming like a regular starter.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see Lukic and Danley together. And
Alado up top. Blake was in net. Macania and Martinez in center defense.
Mm-hmm. Harry on the left, Westfield on the right.
Yeah, for as long as Westfield played in this game. He was subbed out, it looks like the 31st minute.
Yeah.
That was when he got injured, right? He was injured in this game. Okay, yeah. I was just madly trying to look through this and make sure that I remembered that correctly. We do not have a lot of luck with rainy games. I mean, I don't know that any team does, but that was, if you recall, that's when Quinny got hurt last year, was during a very wet New York game.
He seemed very frustrated with the referee when he didn't get a call or didn't get a card for whatever it was that he got hit. Because I remember him being on the ground for quite a while and eventually getting off to the sideline. And then at some point the Union just said, okay, he's done for the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did look potentially like legit hurt too. I mean, maybe not Quinn Sullivan hurt, but still. Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the third. Go ahead.
No, it's nice to see Bizo come in. I feel like I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly. It does feel like Bizo has slipped down like third and fourth on the the right back depth chart. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like they're playing Harriel or Westfield or maybe even Bedoya there before they played Bizo.
Yeah, which is I'm a little surprised by that.
Yeah, a little.
Bizer's got a lot of experience. He started a lot of games. Not taking anything away from the other guys, but I don't know. We have such a deficit of veteran players on this team. It's nice seeing a seasoned guy get out there. So, but yeah,
But tough one to do because we lost Westfield there, and again another first half sub that it's also hard to see. But let's talk about the first goal, the own goal, as they're calling it, in the 37th minute, where the Union actually got up on top of New England. And I do think that this was Pulaski once again somehow or another putting a ton of power on a ball with no windup.
Yep.
And it going, and he was going for the ball at the same time. I think it was Sands from New England challenged for the ball, and they're crediting it as an own goal on Sands, but I think it's because Pulaski put a bunch of power and the ball went off of Sands' foot and into the net.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong.
But it was good to see them get up. Good to see it happen from consistent pressure from the Union. But yeah, this one. I don't remember there being a lot of coordinated attacks per se in this New England game. It felt like a very defensive game from both teams.
Well, the Revs had that sort of stat in their head of, whatever it was hadn't, beaten us in whatever number of appearances or something. I don't have it in front of me, but there was something like that. And I believe they said that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Carlos Skeel had not scored on us.
That's right.
Hey, guess what? He scored on us.
Hey, you're welcome.
The game winner.
Like I said, we are the provider of superlatives to others.
You're welcome.
We're just we give and we give.
Yeah.
It's just we're just so generous.
Right.
We don't want to keep it all for ourselves.
Give the love you want to get, I guess. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
So I have a weird topic. Not a weird topic. It was right after Pulaski scored, and he was on the ground with that it seemed like he dislocated his elbow. I guess he didn't because he came back in, but it was weird.
They did a sharp yank when the camera was turned.
Yeah.
I would not put it past.
Yeah, you're gonna want to bite down on something. Cut me, Mick. Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting too, and this is in both games, and I say this every season. I don't understand this game because at the beginning of the game, there's always that meaningless.
It's so good we're doing a podcast on it then.
Yeah, right. So, so that's yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, you're not wrong. At the beginning of the game, those win probabilities that they give, they did this for both games. The Union were ranked higher than New England to win this game at New England, which I'm like,
stupid.
Oh, okay, whatever. And then coming into the second half, we're up 1-0. And this time I actually wrote down the percentages. The Union were sitting on 66%, and New England was basically at 10%, and the remainder was a draw. Yeah, these numbers make no sense to me. I mean,
I have been convinced from the beginning of Apple carrying MLS that they are more interested in sleek graphics than they are in accuracy, or telling you who came in and went out, or anything.
Or maybe like the betting sponsors try to throw up numbers that will drive people to place bets and parlay things and try to drive
a deal they haven't told us about. Yeah, I was wondering too if I mean I had a brief moment. Are like they using like statistics from last year? Is that what's feeding this? Because that
I
I could
assume
see.
so.
Yeah,
No
I
idea.
mean, it would seem like you would want to use performance from this year, but if
Especially
you're
since we
talking about
are, what, 12 games into 13 games into the season now.
there's enough data,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
so like I could see the first game or two, but so
Yeah,
yeah,
they're smoking some crack with those numbers.
Yeah.
yeah, they're meaningless. So it's a pretty graphic though. Thank you, Apple.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to say about
Yeah.
this New England game. I did think of the Olaski goal was well worked, and
Yep.
definitely was because of his pressure. As you've mentioned multiple times, Olaski continues to be a threat every time he's starting on the field, whether he's in
Hmm.
midfield or up top, which is more than we can say for our forward line.
Yeah.
From Damiani and Alado.
Yeah.
So,
Really
take
the
what we
only
can get.
consistent one. Yeah.
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 I think too, we saw it in both games, but the second game, the Orlando game to more effect. But I will say that Cavan has in both games, the kid hustles. Like he just,
Hmm.
you know, he fights for every ball. Like, I noticed that it looks like he's becoming more physical. Like he's a
Yes.
16-year-old kid, but he's a little beefier this
He
year.
is. Yeah.
And so you can
Good.
see like he is throwing his weight around a little bit out there when he goes up against these other grown men.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's really good to see. It's that really physical, dogged way of playing.
I think he's challenging in an intelligent way. Like he
Mm-hmm.
knows that they're going to be taller than him, so he's probably not going to win the aerial duels. So, but he does what a lot of shorter players do. He uses his lower center of gravity to
Mm-hmm.
effect,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't get knocked off the ball
It
easily.
doesn't go down. That's right. Yeah.
Hmm.
You know. Um, yeah, I agree. And then some of his passing and the New England game, he had some really nice passes in there.
Hmm. And he's calling for the ball. You can see
Yeah.
him
Hmm.
communicating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So
definitely a bright spot, kind of like
yeah.
Quinn did a couple seasons back when he started really buying into the way
Mm-hmm.
they play, and you could see his overall effectiveness really ratchet up.
Yeah.
You know, we've got Cavan for this year and next year the whole time, and partially this following year, I think. So
Yeah. September.
hopefully, hopefully he continues to grow into it.
Yeah. Well, that might be a good segue to the Orlando game.
Yes.
Sure.
Another rainy
Also,
game.
at the beginning of the Orlando game, this time I did write down the numbers. The percent win was Union 39.2% and Orlando 34.8. Again, no idea where these numbers are coming from. Um, but yeah, in terms of the lineup, um, I guess kind of the biggest one was
Yes.
Rick was started in that. Yeah.
Yeah. As we just heard, apparently Andre had some knee maintenance done and was not available to start for this Orlando game.
What a bizarre way to phrase it.
I just envision him up on some hydraulic lift and guys like, you know,
Yeah,
I knew he was trying to say, I think he just ran out of the words, the
yeah,
typical words for it, but it was just like some routine maintenance. Okay.
yeah,
I guess
yeah.
it's a way of saying he's not injured. He's, doing a thing. Like,
yeah.
He's getting some standardized physical therapy,
yeah,
probably.
Mhm.
exactly. But so it really did make him sound like half
Well, we
man,
are at
on
the
the
half
ground.
robot.
36,000 miles, so we're going to bring him in.
Yeah, right.
We
Yeah.
got to rotate the knee.
That's actually the problem.
Mhm.
But other lineups, Bender starting on back left. So that's
Yeah,
and I think that's the first time he started in that position in an
started
actual
there.
league
Yes.
game. Yeah.
Mhm.
Dan and Lukic were back in that center mid. Rafa gets a start on the right wing. And then
So It looked more like at one point it looked more like Rafa was in the center mid spot
Yep.
and Danley was out in that right mid.
Yeah.
It works. I don't dislike that
Yeah.
approach, but it was because I did expect to see Danley and Lukic there in center mid, but that's it seemed like more fluid, almost a 4-3-3 at times.
Yeah. It did feel like people were not sitting in their assigned seats in terms of the player positions on the field. But hey, um,
At this point, it surely doesn't matter.
yeah. Damiani started up top.
Hmm.
Um, so should we cut to our new segment? I don't know, dumping on Damiani. I don't know. The announcers pointed out, and I will say, the one team we agree on, it was like 2 weeks ago, I guess they had
Mm.
on what's his name from gosh, what's it called? Backyard Soccer. And Greg, he like broke down like all these stats about like the union, like our basically our shots, our scores, and it's like the gosh, what was it? It was like basically the number of target shots that are just even on target, and yeah, and the announcers were basically reporting a similar stat, and that's Damiani has had this season so far at the beginning of this game 27 shots total. Four of them were on frame, and zero of them have gone in. I don't know. He's kind of turning to my scapegoat, like my frustration. Like I know this is a whole team thing, and in the same game, the announcers did mention. I think Paul, you've mentioned this how Damiani is effective in that he does draw defenders,
Yeah,
and
like
like
he
when
kind of cleared the path for Olasky to score that first goal.
Yeah.
exactly. So I admit right now this is the easy way out in terms of complaining, but it's just so frustrating. So when I heard that stat, I'm like, that just sadly fits into the season. Yeah,
And that's fine. I just think we need to stop. Maybe not though, if that's part of the ploy, but like stop considering him a striker. I mean, unless he's just a decoy striker, and that's his job is
Hey,
to
give me the ball over here, give me the ball.
like the wooden duck on the pond. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
safe to land here.
yeah.
It's fine. There's nobody in the bushes with a gun.
Yeah,
But I think he's more effective that way than actually scoring. And I'm not trying to just be mean to be mean, but that's right now. That's his strength. So I have to stop thinking that he's going to do something directly
Yeah,
in the sense in terms of scoring. Not to say what he did or does do isn't important, but it's just like a mindset shift.
think what is
I
Grandpa?
was gonna say I'm just taking the approach of yeah, he's on the field.
Yeah,
Not going to say much about him until I see him doing something particularly good.
yeah. Damiani was there too.
So I don't know if it was fresh legs or if it or what, but it did seem like and the announcers did say this too. This is not an original thought, but the momentum shifted when Cavan came in. So I don't know if it was just youthful energy. I don't know, but that was when things actually started kind of happening for us. As far as catching up and, getting back into the game.
Yeah,
So, and his sort of
Well,
when
by
well, go
that
ahead.
point, that was just before halftime when Lukic came out. That Cavan came in. At that point, the Union were already down two nothing. I
Mhm.
do want to just talk about that first penalty goal, that call.
yeah,
I mean, Ojeda had like 20-7 breakaways in this game somehow or another, getting back behind the Union's line, great passes, over and through the lines to get it to him. And this one was just Rick just took him down and did not get a
hmm
hand to the ball and took him out. People can complain about it, but it was a foul. Like,
yeah,
yeah, it wasn't dog, so it's not like
Mhm.
it's not like the ball was not going to be playable after the foul. Like there was no way Ojeda was going to get to the ball, I think, before it went out of bounds. This was a play in the box. Ojeda touches the ball around Rick, and Rick makes contact with Ojeda. Ojeda goes down, but yeah. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in there that I did feel that was a penalty kick, and so I'm not surprised by that one. And once again, just a little bit of advice to those keepers who are just don't move until he actually makes contact with the ball. Like actually watch the ball and go where it's going. Like I get that sometimes you just want to make us jump and try to take away half the goal. It's just frustrating when the guys just dink it past the keeper. Just take away the center part of the goal. Make them hit the sides for what it's worth. I'm not a professional. It would have been a nice.
Yeah, when I saw the foul, like there was no question. I wasn't like, what? How could they call that a foul? It's like, yep, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. I could see on my one shoulder the little Alexi Lawless guy just saying, "This is your team, Philadelphia," And
you punched him.
And I punched him.
It is funny to me, though. I mean, I understand what was wrong with the way Rick approached it, but it's funny to me. And I know, Paul, you're saying you don't think it was technically this, but to call it denial of a goal scoring opportunity on a keeper, it's like, but that's his job.
That's your job.
So please explain, No, I do understand there's technicalities and such in there. So I get it. I do get it. But and I get that it wasn't maybe technically that, but strange. But anyway, I didn't really have an argument, though, because he did just kind of kneecap.
I guess there's a legal way to deny a goal scoring opportunity and an illegal way to deny a goal scoring opportunity.
I just feel like they need a different term for it if it's a keeper. No, you're not supposed to kick his legs. You're supposed to kick the ball or grab the ball or whatever. Yeah. So,
But he was a pain. Ojeda was a pain all game.
The whole game.
Yeah, he was everywhere.
Yeah, he was like the Orlando Zaha. Like he just had running through our defense. He was always under our skin. Yeah.
Well, their other big name player apparently, or I'm sure they have more than two, but the Griffin Dorsey, which we always remember because it basically sounds like they're saying Gryffindor every time.
It's Griffin Dorsey.
Yeah, but
man bun guy.
Bun guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there was
scorer of one of the goals.
He's the second goal.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah, 8 minutes later.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a great goal. I mean,
he took it off his own teammate, but yeah, it was a great finish.
Yeah, I mean,
it's must.
I hate to point out the obvious mathematics here, but maybe I should put this at the end of when we talk about this game. But man, if Rick hadn't caused that foul, we'd be talking about a draw and not a loss. But I'm not sure. Honestly, maybe at this point makes any difference. But
yeah, I mean, who knows?
Just to show I'm not all negativity right now, although I'm like.
You're like Dove, 99.9%.
Yeah. I got to say, I did like. I know it's born out of frustration or just desperation. We're just trying to make something happen and putting in these younger guys. That shot Rafa took.
Oh my God.
Like the 13th minute.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Like,
was
that Kyle Beckerman wonder shot like level?
Yeah.
That was.
What was he like 35 yards out? And he
was just barely beyond the halfway. I mean, he just ripped it. And I was like, good. And I do feel like that happened in this game. I felt like they were taking some longer range shots.
Yeah.
And I think that helped. It helped unbalance Orlando a little bit, because they had to worry about those longer range shots. And so they couldn't just fall back and get compact on defense. And I think that, contributed to us getting back into this game.
It's interesting because it's such what you just said points out how much commentary is spin. because the commentators actually said the opposite thing about the fact that we were having to play back farther was detriment to Eloski, who is used to being able to not hang around in the goal and just finish necessarily, but they were saying that he works better up close on the receiving end of something, or up closer. And then when he's forced to be, take longer range shots, that he is not as successful. I don't know whether, that really bears out, but it's funny because, as we all know, the commentators commentate, use the facts that are salient to the game that they're watching and not necessarily long-term season.
Sure. And they have to sound confident and, 100% like accurate,
So that's not me saying that anybody's wrong. You or the commentators. It's just funny how it's all the different viewpoints there are.
Yeah.
So were you listening to the national Apple broadcast, or were you? Oh yeah, I guess if you watched it, I listened to it with the Orlando broadcast. So it's funny to hear those Homer broadcasters do their thing.
I was tempted, but I couldn't take the hearing the rival commentary.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah. I know our friend of the pod, Nate, has recommended the local regardless of whether it's Philly or not, because it just is more passionate, which I think is probably very true.
Yeah.
So
it's fun just hearing. And once again, when I hear the local broadcasters for other teams compared to what we used to have with our own Philadelphia broadcasters, and I'm always impressed by the quality of broadcasters that we had here when it was JP and others, and crew doing it.
Ridiculous.
Like, you just don't realize how good you have it until it's gone, and you're like, "Oh man!"
I know. I don't understand how. No shade on Dave Leno, because I'm so glad we have
absolutely.
him too.
Dave is great.
100%. He's great.
Yeah.
But how did we get JP? How did we get JP? Because JP is a legend.
Taylor Twelman for a little while there.
Yeah, when he was just getting started.
I can only assume that he knew somebody who was involved with the union, or somebody in the union had some sort of a connection to him, or maybe we were just the first to ask. And
maybe that's where the money went.
It was looking back, it was incredibly fortunate. We were lucky to have it, and I wish they could keep doing it because it made it so much more entertaining to watch. But let's get back to this Orlando game, because one thing I did take out of this is all three of the Union goals came from the run of play. This was high pressure, turnovers led to a number of passes to an opportunity, and the Union actually got it on frame, and they were able to beat Crapeau, who, if I remember correctly, was the LAFC keeper in the final that year before McCarthy came in to finish the game out against the Union. And he played, let's be honest, the Union had a number of shots on goal that Crapeau kept out. There were a number of good saves in this game. And the three goals that they generated were out of the run of play. These weren't set piece goals. These were either, sustained buildup or quick turnover type goals that the Union was targeting to do. So, the Olasky goal with the cutback, which was great. Cavan had the second one where he passed it across the Bender. Bender played it back into the box and somehow ended up back on Cavan's foot, and he first timed it past Crapeau. And then eventually Bender making a late or a trailing run out to the left, and caused Stas found him there, and Bender just made a really nice finish past the defender and into the far post. All three of these goals were well struck balls out of the run of play, and that's hopeful. Obviously, it's tough when you score 3 goals and still lose the game.
Yeah,
it's a really strange season because we've said this before, and it always sounds like we're just trying to make ourselves feel better, and we've kind of laughed at ourselves for it, but it's not like 6-0 blowouts or 6-1 blowouts or something. It's not that kind of thing. There are things happening. There are good shots that get stopped there, or whatever, just go wide a little bit, I know that sounds like horseshoes and hand grenades and all that, but it's not drubbings. If this had ended the other way, like so much would be different. Like our whole tone would be different. We wouldn't be talking about winning the league or anything, but like this was a hair's breadth, and it was. And it's just
Was this the one too? I think it was where Martinez put the ball off the crossbar at the end of the first half with a header, and I think they may have hit the woodwork one other time, and there was
one near the end of the game, wasn't there?
Yeah,
and Crepeau made a lot of nice saves for Orlando. Mm-hmm. But then again, Ojeda scores in basically at the end of the game,
right?
And that's the last.
Yeah, we take off some landings, right? But I don't know.
It's been takeoff and landings.
It just feels. It does. I don't know if it's going to sound like I'm clinging it to false hope here. I've kind of written off this season, if I'm totally honest. Like it is what it is now. I watch a game and I have zero expectations, and almost zero hopes. But at the same time, like it just feels like, I don't know. It just feels like there is a glacial progress being made. If you look at the beginning of the season, forgetting about the defense force blowouts, which I don't count for much, but like it does feel like there's something is happening, but I don't think it's going to happen fast enough to get us anywhere significant this season. And I don't know if it's going to get us get Bradley's career extended at the Union. In fact, I think we're all wondering.
They do have 2 months off. It makes something happen.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. See, I think your point is correct and well taken. It's that the Union have been making incremental improvements in how they're playing. It hasn't resulted in positive results for the team, but the results that they have, the losses that they have not been. They haven't been morale defeating, just blowouts. Like it feels like, except for one game, maybe two, like I don't even know that they've lost by multiple goals. And they're not getting run off the field at all. But you're absolutely right about that. It's just, as a fan, it's frustrating watching them continuing to find ways to lose, even though they're playing well.
Yep, I agree with that. I agree with that completely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just quickly scanning through the season so far. Every game we've lost, with the exception of 2, we've lost by 1 goal.
Okay, so I was right. It was 2.
Yeah.
And we've got, what is it, 10 losses or 9 losses now? Looks like 9 losses. 1 win, 9 losses, 3 draws.
Yeah, I mean, this Orlando game, I mean, it was nice to see us finally getting goals. I guess that's a good thing. I mean, it is a good thing, but
It was also good to see Cavan kind of lance that boil and get his first official goal, and good to see Bender get both a goal and an assist. I know Cavan made the team of the week. I don't know how Bender did not, playing left back and getting a goal and an assist, and doesn't. I mean, I get it. Your team gives up 4 goals. Probably none of the defenders deserve to be on the team of the week, but knowing the offensive bias of a lot of MLS stats, I'm surprised a left defender who gets a goal and assist doesn't end up on the team of the week.
Yeah, I mean, Cavan was. I mean, not taking away from Bender, Cavan also was hustling a lot in this game. Just that doggedness.
That's fair.
To he was just. Yeah,
I did enjoy that pass from Cavan to Bender immediately back to Cavan. It kind of felt like Cavan passed to himself.
I think it was Dax McCarthy, as one of the announcers said, it was the biggest give and go in MLS.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Oh, which, let me talk about this real quick. Dax McCarty.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
This real quick. This is coming from our in-house, speech pronouncer person.
No, God, what?
Well, we always give you like the Swedish names. We always pass them off to
Yeah.
you to try to say.
I'll give you that French names, maybe not the easiest, but Damley Jean-Jacques is not that hard to figure out if you even watch one of your fellow commentators on Apple. And this man could not say it.
It was Jean Jack.
Jean Jack.
Jean Jack.
Jean Jacket. No, it was close to that. I mean, it was just every permutation that was wrong was what came out of his face. And I was just like, it seems like basic calling to like write it out phonetically, friend, or type it out. Put it on your little iPad, the Apple gave you, whatever you need to do to pronounce the name correctly. I don't know. I thought it was annoying because it's just, I haven't heard anybody else get it wrong. Dax.
Was that was Dax McCarty who was getting it wrong?
I could mispronounce his name, but it wouldn't be appropriate for all audiences. I actually don't have a problem with him on a regular basis. He seems fine, but I just thought that was a little like, I don't know. I could take it as you're not bothering to learn the team's names because we suck.
Once again, comes back to JP. I just remember an interview with him talking about how that was one of his every game he would write out phonetically all of the players' names so he knew how to say them, and it was not a question at game time. It's a little touch, but it's important.
Yeah, it seemed, I mean, like Arlo White has his big boards. Yep. Dave Leno has his big boards with everybody's name written out.
I'm sure Tommy Smith had his board of how to pronounce things, and then he would ignore it, but he had it.
Luckily, he had the thick Irish accent that just, made it whatever it was going to be anyway. But like, I don't know.
I think probably would do Dax well, maybe if he like did a, commentary for a game. Let's partner him up with like Latux. I think that would be good.
Oh my God, please.
Thank you for laughing at that.
That would be.
The Tukes.
I don't have much going on right now with this team.
I like that one. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Round of applause for you.
Round of applause. Anyway, so I'm done.
So we got to get to some hard topics here. So we lose 2 games.
Wooden spoon. Wooden spoon.
Where does that come from? I have no idea. Do we know?
I don't know where it comes from.
I know where it
just has become like the award for a team with the worst record in the league.
Just wonder what the significance was, like getting spanked on your bottom by your.
No, it has more to do with just the fact that it's a crappy award.
The opposite of a trophy, I guess. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. No. Maybe they should hang red lanterns on the back of all the players' jerseys when they're in last place.
Yeah, that's
like they
that's a deeper cut. Yeah,
that's apparently in the Tour de France. The last rider from the previous day would have a red lantern hanging on the back of his bike for the next leg.
Did they call like the
Lanterne Rouge?
The at the Naval Academy, or maybe it's West Point, the cadet or the midshipman graduating with the lowest GPA, like call them the anchor or something like that. So maybe it is Annapolis.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
it's a very dubious distinction to be called there. But we are the Lanterne Rouge of MLS right now. Well, we texted about this. 2 losses. We're absolutely in the basement. We can't seem to get anything going.
The crazy thing is we only have one more loss. There are 2 teams that have 8 losses.
But it feels like we're in this like bottomless pit at this point.
We are in the pit of despair. But Atlanta and Kansas City both have 8 losses. Of course, Kansas has 2 wins and Atlanta has 3 wins, but
so double and triple the number of wins we have.
I feel like we're on the log flume on the way down. Our hands are up, and we just kind of have to deal with it.
And we've been eating like nothing but like cotton candy and corn dogs all day, and your stomach is not going to play nice, and that camera is going to be coming up on the part of the ride that's going to snap that picture when you're least opportune moment. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So I guess when I get to my question, are we witnessing the last days of Bradley Carnell? That's kind of my big question for this week.
Do you think they'll let him? I mean, I agree with both what Sia said earlier and with, the reason you're asking this question. I don't think he'll be back next year. Do they switch mid-season?
We got a 2-month window coming up.
It's not impossible. I would hope if they were that they've already started the search for the replacement, so that when they make the eventual announcement, it's a week or two before the next game in the season, and then whoever comes in has a chance to get the team righted a bit before that next game. If I had to put money on whether or not they're going to do it in this World Cup transfer or World Cup window, or if they're going to do it at the end of the year, honestly, I feel like they're probably going to do it during this World Cup window, but I think it would be better to do it at the end of the year for a long-term success for the team. But part of me does think that they're going to make the change in the next 2 months.
Like if you had to put a $5 down on either this happening during the 2 or even before the end of the season or end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think, E?
Yeah, Chris and I, we talked about this a little bit. It feels more, my stomach does not feel as good talking about it now as I did. Like then, not that I even felt good, but after that game this week, I was just like, yeah, I can't see them keeping Bradley. Like they're going to trade, they're going to get rid of Carnell. He can't, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. We're in too big of a hole. Like we got 2 games to go before this break. And, like 2 weeks ago when we kind of brought this up, if we won all 4 of these games, I'd be thinking like, all right, maybe this is the beginning of the turnaround, right? We got 2 games to go. One of them's, I think the next one's at home, next one's away.
Yeah. We got Columbus and then away at Miami.
I mean, if we even win both of those, it's too little too late, but now as I'm sitting here talking about, like, I kind of don't want it to happen, but I don't know. I kind of with you, Paul. I think if I had to put a $5 down, I could see them pulling the plug during the 2-month break. But I agree. We got to have somebody lined up. The one thing I will add on is this, because I can, not to take away Christie's material here, because I'll let her talk about this. In many respects, this is not Carnell's doing. I mean, again, every game we watch, I feel like the first 15 minutes, the commentators are going to talk about how the Union traded away 4, 5, 6 starters, depending on who's doing the commentating. And so my one question about this is, how much is Bradley not working with the vision or the planning of the head office, or vice versa? And I don't know what the answer is, but
I think they will get rid of him. I'm not sure when. I still kind of hope it's at the end of the season, because I don't think it's going to help unless they have, again, someone wonderful lined up, or they think is wonderful lined up. But I absolutely think they set him up to fail, and I think it's completely unfair, and I think they have a lot of gall for doing this at all. I mean, it's because I know it's what you do. Like, the team isn't doing well, so you get rid of the skipper, right? That's what you do. But
Dapper's got to go.
But we have all seen many times when that's what they do just to do something significant, and it's not that person's fault. And in this case in particular, maybe just because I'm sure there are many others, but because I follow this team most closely, I think he was absolutely set up to fail. I don't know whose idea it was. Yeah, I don't know whose idea it was. Paul just held up 4 fingers.
Yeah.
So like
4 starters.
Yeah.
lost
So
4
you
starters.
can't blame Carnell for that. Yeah, I mean, yes, if he was a superhero, he would have fixed it. But and just because he was manager of the year last year, you kneecapped him. I'm sorry, you kneecapped the whole situation. And to take him out and have anybody believe that that's gonna fix it, is honestly, it's not. It's an insult to him and his career. It's an insult to our intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just is. And
Both of those are true.
I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. I am so curious, and I know I've said this before, and I do apologize, but I know he seems to be someone that we do not want to associate with our team, but I wonder how much of this would have happened if Tanner hadn't been, quite frankly, a dick and gotten himself,
sideline, ostracized, exiled,
whatever word you like, and deservedly so by all accounts. So,
absolutely.
all that said, I'm not, endorsing him either, but it's just like, who was doing this? Who's behind these decisions? We'll never know. But what were you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, because we can't kick out the ownership. The only person that they can kick out is the coach.
Yeah.
And it's such a freaking cop out that it makes me angry, because I really think I'm going to say could have, because I'm assuming he's going at some point. He could have done more with this if they hadn't done what they did.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine Carnell would be, during the off season going like, hey, let's trade away these 4 guys, and, I have to imagine those player moves came from higher up. Maybe Carnell is the mastermind behind all this, and it's blowing up in his face right now. And then, okay, that would be nice to know, because then I wouldn't feel so bad if we do decide to can Carnell. Like Christy,
that's the only acceptable scenario to me.
But that one seems so unlikely. That seems less likely than the Union winning their next game. I agree with you, Chris. I feel like Carnell was dealt a pretty bad hand, and he can't deliver the same results he did last season, because we don't have the same team as last season. Chrissy, you even mentioned this, right? The commentators during the Orlando game were like, from Philly being, supporter shield winners now to this. And Christy's like yelling at the TV, like, it's not the same team. And it's like, yeah, your point stands. We lost 1/3 of our starting team,
and we've had a ton of injuries this season.
Yeah. And, I feel like canning Carnell is it's treating a symptom, but not the cause.
You're saying canning Carnell is a cop-out?
I'm saying canning Carnell is a cop-out.
Of catastrophic.
It's Justin. Canning Carnell is a cop-out.
There you go. Oh, man.
That's the only time I've ever done that voice.
There you go. Hey, you nailed it. You nailed it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think getting rid of Carnell is treating a symptom. It's not the cause. Honestly, even if we did have Jurgen Klopp, with this team, I don't know how much better. This might be the best our team could do. I don't think so. I do feel like we have some bad luck. I know that's never a strategic analysis. Unless, why not? Because these percentage numbers make no sense either. So let's just do a bad luck quotient, and there we go. And we are spiking in bad luck right now. But I have no idea. Bring in Jurgen Klopp during the break. I don't know how much better this team's going to do. I don't know.
So we all would not be surprised if Carnell's gone before the Union play their game in at the end of July. But
I would also
we don't think that's fair.
I think we all
annoyed,
would be bummed,
but not surprised. Yeah, annoyed and bummed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am at the point now where I kind of wish, I don't even know if they still do this, but they used to have, MLS used to run, I'm sure if somebody runs it, but they would have their the fantasy MLS, thing. We all used to do it. Yeah. And I'm kind of wishing I had done one this year just so I could learn more about the other teams. So I could just, because that's how I used to learn the players, is like and the teams and who was doing well and that kind of stuff. And since I'm so like out of hope for my own team, it would just be nice to know what else is going on. I mean, I'm not jumping ship or anything. It's just sort of like, well, what else is happening? I mean, I guess in a way, thank God for World Cup, because at least there's that for a little while. Anyway, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're not more of a balm for the Union soul for us this
Yeah.
week, but that's kind of where I think I got to imagine most of the Union fandom is at, or just
there's
frustrated.
A freedom though in hitting rock bottom.
Yeah. When you got nowhere else to go, it's like, as I like this, what was just the phrase we coined at work? Zulu, Foxtrot, Gamma, right? It's just, that's where we're at.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll let y'all figure that one out. You got it. You're smart people.
So I don't know. We'll see. This feels, at least with Curtin, there were some complaints. He kept playing the diamond. He kept doing these things that he didn't necessarily had to do, right? Assuming he's not, being forced by the higher ups back then. And so when he got canned, that sucked because we really like Jim Curtin. But it wasn't totally, a surprise, right? Because arguably, in hindsight, he could have tried some different strategies, whatnot. And I know I'm just repeating myself. I feel like Carnell, he's what Christy said, he was just doomed from the get-go of the season. I don't know. I could be told. I probably am totally wrong, but
I think we'll just have to wait and see what happens at this stage. So
I'll put it this way.
And I will say, whenever we get around to talking about where Carnell goes next, I do feel like it's unfair to him. Like, I feel like he's going to have to end up as an assistant coach somewhere for a couple of years before he gets another shot at a head coaching position.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a shame. That's an absolute shame. Yeah.
I mean, he's young, so he's got time, but still, like, he won. Did he win Manager of the Year last year?
Yep.
I mean, he took them to took two teams to the Supporter Shield in MLS in their first years. Now he's going to have to live down the whole Carnell curse of the second year.
I know, but that's the other thing that went through my head.
Yep.
But I don't think that's undoable, and I do feel like he's just been snake bit in both of his second years.
Yeah.
And all right, let's move on. Let's go on.
Yep, we've talked about this enough. To what though?
Well, we got the game coming up this weekend. Columbus coming to Union. Weather's going to be apparently really warm this weekend.
Warm. Yeah, it's going to really go up.
Taste of summer.
Yeah.
So that and Columbus are in 13th place. The Union are in 15th. There's out of the 4 games when we talked last week, this one was the one that we playing at home against a team that's relatively lower on the standings. You kind of feel like this is their best of the 4, best chance for the Union to get a win.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you right now, I'm not confident that they're going to win. I mean, I'm sure that Apple's stats will put it at 80-something% the Union's going to win. And if anybody wants to bet on that, go right ahead. But I just cannot, in good conscience, expect that the Union are going to get anything out of this game. But hey, if anyone's around, I'm going to be at the game.
Look for Paul.
Yeah.
He might be the only other person there.
Exactly. Come hang out. We'll go get some, crab fries.
Yep. Write us. Let us know.
I mean, what are you guys thinking about for this weekend?
I'm beyond predictions. Well, I know you're not asking for a prediction.
I'm not asking for a prediction.
No, I know.
My prediction? Pain.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
This is our second time we're playing Columbus. The last time we played them, they were one of the 2 games that we lost by 2 goals. I have no expectations. I mean, I would love a win, but even now at this point, a win feels hollow. It's like I think even if Bradley wins these next 2 games, I don't think that buys him any insurance.
No.
So I think that I forget what the Latin is, but the die has been cast. So barring some sort of extraordinary events, these might be the last 2 games we get to see Bradley Carnell head up to Philadelphia Union. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm super negative mode. So getting back to this weekend, what do I hope to see? I hope to see just a Union team, win or lose, just play like they used to. Just a fire, a confidence, heads up. Like we made the comment last week or the week before, just play like a Philly team. Just come out brawling and not afraid, and just, screw it. Just go for it. I don't know.
Honestly, too, if that means playing more of the younger guys, I think a mix is always a good way to go. But since when Cavan came in last night, as we record, things started to turn around again. Number of reasons for that beyond youth, but if having some of the younger guys, look at Rafa's
that shot.
There was a lot going on. My joke was going to be oops all minors for the lineup. That's my suggestion for the lineup this weekend. But I already made that joke earlier, sort of. So
that might get us flagged by
I know. Well, it could mean ERS. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so I'd be curious to see, if Cavan can get in there. He's been steadily kind of ratcheting up. So it'd be curious.
At this point, I almost feel like Cavan's at least a pencil in starter.
Yeah, I agree. I'm anxious for, as I've said, I think probably every time we have this conversation, but I'm anxious for Quinn to come back as long as he's healthy.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice. I don't think, again, that's not going to fix everything, but it'll be nice to have that power in our back pocket. So, but I'm, every game is whatever it is at this point. Because to me, this season is sort of done. And if fate wants to prove me wrong, please do.
Yeah.
But so, because, last year I did stop believing in Damiani and he got on a hot streak. So, but I don't think my powers extend to whole teams. So,
yep. So, the crew are coming to town. None of us are hopeful. But hey, come on out to the park. Enjoy the weather.
I'm just like kind of here,
Resigned.
Whatever happens. It could be good, could be not, but like I have zero expectations left.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, and maybe it'll be good and maybe it won't. And there's just no grand scheme for this season. It just is what it is.
Makes sense.
So anyway. All right. Is that the only match, or do we have another?
Well, we got Miami, but that's a week away.
Yeah, we'll do it.
That's the following weekend. Like, okay, all right. So we don't have like another midweek situation. Okay. Miami, whatever.
But it is a busy May.
Yeah.
It is. May is always busy. And then this year with everything else. So I don't know. Is there a way to go out on a positive note? Cavan got his license, his driver's license, after failing at the first time, apparently. I think everybody's probably seen that. It was a very good video. It's very cute. It's him and Allie talking about how he failed his driver's test the first time. It's cute. So I won't.
It's a good follow for sure on the social medias.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's not a whole lot else. World Cup's coming though. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
And
I look forward to.
Find a team to root for after the US goes out.
Yeah.
Oh,
so we were trying to go out on a positive note. Good Lord, see?
Well, I mean, come on.
Should we talk about the heat death of the universe next? I mean,
I did see this thing today online that, like, man, England is believing Gareth Southgate to be the second freaking coming. He just had like this whole glorious ad campaign about England and how well they're going to do. And okay,
Good luck
sure.
to him.
Yeah, enjoy that, guys. So
yeah, let's wrap this. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah. I think we're done. So what can we say? We got to say something that's
all right, something positive.
Something positive.
This too will end.
This too shall pass. Yeah.
Alea, Iacta
flyers are out.
The die is cast.
Yeah, what was it again?
Alea, Iacta est.
There it is. Yeah.
The die is cast. That's more ominous than positive, but
die is cast.
Guys, if you have any positive,
hey, gardening season starting, right? So
that's true.
God, help us.
We're putting in some tomatoes. We're doing peppers. Yeah. So there we
made the garden bigger this year, so we'll see.
The garden bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we just got some hot pepper plants. It's going to be tasty. It's going to be a tasty summer. So
that tasty garden.
Yeah.
Gardening, guys. Gardening is more exciting than the union right now.
Yeah,
that's where we're at. So all right. Well, before
we're watching the grass grow.
Before we turn into You Bet Your Garden.
Oh my Lord, that's a deep cut.
With Mike McGrath.
Oh my gosh.
We should probably go.
Yeah.
So
we should have ended this 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we probably should have.
They've already stopped the podcast.
They're all gone. It's just us talking to each other at this point. So with that,
let's compare,
guys, if you have, give us a reason to continue on.
I need
it
something, guys. I'm sure you guys need something too, but this is just too much.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not even disparate. Like Paul said, it's resigned, I think, at this point. So at the moment, but like, I don't know, just something fun. Just some way we can make this fun. Like not a drinking game exactly, but along those lines. Not against
it. What are you looking forward to for the rest of the season?
There you go.
And what bright spots are out there in the union verse that you're interested to see? Like obviously for me, it's Cavan.
Yep.
See if Cavan grows up, what he turns into. When Quinn eventually gets healthy and comes back, what he can do. Will the defense ever solidify? How much more will Westfield want to kick every other player on the field? What keeps you tuning into the union?
Will Indy ever grow a decent mustache?
Whoa, those are some fighting words.
He says it himself. He says it himself that it's a spite mustache because his sister told him it was terrible.
Fine,
that's why he kept it.
I can already tell you that Jim Malloy is going to be writing you a nasty gram.
That's probably true, but that's all right. Has no bearing on Jim's ability to grow a mustache, but they are still two separate people, despite all appearances to the contrary. What do we got? We got to keep it small and interesting this year, guys. That's where we're at. So what keeps you going? All right. So
I want to see this. I want to see this retro jersey. When's it coming out?
I don't know.
That could really start to I don't know, turn things around.
Know, but if it doesn't have the Wawa goose on it, I'm less interested.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure Bimbos have gone through at the end of the season, but
I'll take almost anything.
Just making me think of WKRP in Cincinnati. I would love them to do a turkey drop.
Oh, the humanity. Oh, man.
And for those of our fans who have no idea what we are talking about there, that was a...
Just Google WKRP turkey drop.
Just Google it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think so. I do think that maybe in addition to the nights they have set up, like the special nights, maybe they should start doing some absurd theme nights just to keep it interesting, just to make it fun, sort of in the vein of Savannah Bananas.
Yeah.
You know.
Honestly, at this point, there should be a lottery, and like one lucky winner actually gets to come out in the field and play during the actual game.
We may be the worst team, but we'll be the most entertaining. Let's do it. Come on, man. You know, I mean, let's go. Yeah. I think that there's something to it. So
why not?
Anyway, all right. Let's land this. So our website is amorephillyunion.com. You can send us questions via email or on the socials, especially Insta. That's where your social media queen live the most. And we will include your comments on the pod. So please let us know what you're thinking. Email is pod@amorephillyunion.com. Instagram, YouTube, Threads, and Bluesky. We are Amorephillyunion. We have increasingly an unhinged Spotify playlist that you can access via our link tree, which is also on all our socials, and is under the same name as the podcast, but with musical notes. If you want any more Amorephilly Union swag, or any Amorephilly Union swag or more. Multiples are available. You can order from the link on our website, or the link in our link tree as well. So please download and subscribe to our podcast wherever you get yours. And while you're at it, please show some love to one of our favorite forces for good in the world. Despite how the team is doing, Philadelphia Union Foundation continues going strong.
Crushing it.
Check them out at philadelphiaunionfoundation.org. So thanks everyone for tuning in for another episode of Amorephilly Union. We are your hosts. I'm C.
I'm E.
And I'm Paul. Go
Union!
Well, we did. Olaski, they called it an own goal, but it was Olaski's pressure that made that goal.
Yeah, to me, that was an Olaski goal.
It's my pressure that makes this podcast.
Yeah.
That's what makes the diamond. The diamond that is this episode.
Let that. Anyway, okay.
You were to stick a lump of coal up Cameron's ass. In 2 weeks, you would have a diamond.
Oh, God.
And you guys are giving me a lot of stinger material.
Yeah. It's oops, all stingers.
Honestly, I mean,
oops, sting it again.
This is better than talking about these last two games, you know.
Paul just left.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
See you.
Oh my!
I'm done.
Do.
I'm done. It's this week. It's Paul and two idiots.
I'm always in the two idiot group though.
Well,
you're always what?
I said this week it's Paul and two idiots, and Eric said he likes it. He's always in the idiot group.
I like it. I just noticed that I'm always one of the two idiots.
Well, you're very good.
It is accurate.
Well, you got to work your way out of it, kid.
Yeah, I know. Well, stick with what you know.